hope you could see that. Good evening. This is Michelle Powell with Professional Manner. And if you are watching on replay, we are talking about 25 annoying conversation habits. I am Michelle Powell with Professional Manner. This is my fifth broadcast on Periscope. Hi, Sushi Susie. Very cool. Thanks for joining. I'm a newbie on Periscope, and I have challenged myself to do 12 Periscope sessions in a row. And so I'm calling this the 12 for 12. So I'm going to ask you to participate with me because I am the procrastinating perfectionist. And I have been needing and wanting to do this for a while, but I wanted to get it just right. And I heard from another coach on Periscope that you need to just do it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking this challenge for myself and I'm just going to do it. What I'm talking about on my on my TV station, Professional Manner or Pro Manner, that's how you found me. I'm talking about business etiquette. That is my area of expertise. That is what Professional Manner does, is provides training in business etiquette. And good for you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to get over the nervousness of doing this. I feel like I'm in the buff or something, This is live and interactive. Very cool though, because I'm meeting some really neat people. But yeah, I'm going to try this thing and I'm going to do 12 for 12. So let me tell you what that is. For my first 12 days, I'm asking for lots of hearts. I'm asking for you to give me feedback that business etiquette is something that you're interested in. If you're looking for tips to help you improve your business relationships, your professional image, to help you understand the advantages that etiquette gives you in the workplace, then please share the love with the hearts. And hopefully by day 12, I will be up to 12,000 hearts. So that's what I'm shooting for. That's what I'm asking you guys for. So as you're listening in, please keep tapping the screen. If you're watching on your computer, I don't know that you can do it from there. It's a phone app, so although you can watch it from your laptop or your PC or your Mac, the way that you give hearts is by downloading the Periscope app and interacting that way, so you can actually chat with me as the broadcast is going, and you can tap the screen to share the hearts. So that's my challenge for me and for you, is the 12 for 12. I'm going to go 12 days straight. Do you have repeats? I'm actually going to recap my first 4 days. This is the fifth one, so I have a new subject. And then, yes, for those of you who are not familiar with Periscope, the broadcasts are saved for 24 hours. And then I actually have figured out just today how to save them for a little longer. So I have a YouTube channel for Professional Manner. So if you go onto YouTube/Professional Manner, you can find my channel, and I have saved those earlier broadcasts there, so you can go back and watch the full thing. So if this is something, again, that's of interest to you, business etiquette, how to improve your professional image, whether you're in business for yourself, and I'm going to do a session next week. Actually, I may do an entire series just for entrepreneurs, because we are a unique brand in ourselves. There are different scenarios that we put ourselves in, and I think that some etiquette tips will really help some of my fellow coaches and trainers and entrepreneurs out there who are doing it on their own and don't have the feedback from other people who will be honest with you and tell you what's not going well. So I'm going to do a session or a series for entrepreneurs. But again, if you're just joining now, I'm Michelle Powell with Professional Manner. I've been in business since 2002, and I provide training in business etiquette. I have a special passion for young professionals, those who are just starting out in the workplace, and helping them to guide themselves so that they don't make early career mistakes that could really hinder their success and opportunities in front of them. So again, if you're just joining, please share the hearts. I'm doing a 12 for 12 challenge, and there's something in it for you too. What I'm going to do on day 12 is announce something special that I'm going to do for you. Two things, actually. One, I'm going to share something with you on that live broadcast that will be lots of fun. It's going to actually be fun for me and for you because you get to make fun of me on that one. But I'm also going to choose my top 3 heart givers to be in a private coaching session with me. And in that session, we're going to share if you are someone who's interested in learning more about business etiquette, I can coach on that, or we can do best practices if you happen to be a coach in a different area, and we can talk about that. But if you're one of my top 3 heart givers, you're tapping the screen like crazy to give me hearts, I'm going to write that down at the end of each broadcast. I can tally them up and see who's giving me the most hearts, and we're going to have our own private session. Hope that sounds good to you. So that's my 12 for 12 challenge. I'm looking for 12,000 hearts in my first 12 days as a newbie on Periscope. So enough on that. My subject for tonight is 25 annoying conversation habits. Why should we talk about this? Well, because we have to get along with people in the workplace, and sometimes we annoy them or they annoy us. So I want to bring to your attention just a few of those annoying conversation habits. And the reason why is because the key word is habit here. We all make these mistakes sometimes. But if you have a habit of committing these faux pas, then you're creating situations for yourself that cause you to be at odds with people that you work with. In fact, if any of these are your habits, sometimes people will do workarounds because they're just frustrated with you. So you don't want to create that kind of scenario. So what I want to do is to bring these things to your attention. Now, I intend for the broadcast to be short this evening. I've actually got a lot of work ahead of me tonight, probably going to pull an all-nighter. So to be fair, I'm going to give you an opportunity to hear the entire list or to receive the entire list. And I'll tell you in just a moment how you can do that. But tonight I'm going to give you the first 10 of the 25 annoying conversation habits. If you are just joining, again, this is Michelle Powell with Professional Manner, and we're talking about, all of this week we've been talking about improving your professional image. I started my sessions talking about situations that can sometimes be toxic dilemmas for you, and I call those STDs, situational toxic dilemmas. So on Fridays, I'm going to do a weekly series called STDs at Work, and we're going to talk about your toxic dilemmas, the situations that you find yourself in. How do you deal with that? Some of those things, you like that? Okay, cool. So we're going to talk about some of the situations that you get yourself in, or that someone else puts you in, that makes you feel awkward, uncomfortable, embarrassed, angry. And what do you do? So we're going to talk about those different dilemmas on Fridays. Those are STDs at work. Don't have eyeglasses. Sorry. Okay, I would love to know first names so that as you guys are coming into the broadcast, I can get to know who you are. I'm hoping that you'll stick around. Hi, Chris. Thank you. And tell me where you're from. I'm just curious if you're in the States or if you're somewhere else. Couple days ago, New York City. Thank you, Chris. A couple days ago, I had another etiquette consultant who joined in from Italy, so that was very cool. So I'd love to know where you guys are from. Okay, so I'm doing a recap to let you know what I've covered already, and you can find these broadcasts, the recordings or the recaps, you can find them on my YouTube channel, which is Professional Manner. So I talked about STDs at work, or situational toxic dilemmas. And then on Saturday, it was a rainy day, and I just had a situation. I thought, let me talk about umbrella etiquette. So that was kind of a quirky little 10-minute thing that I shared. And then the next session that we did was on business dress and your overall professional image. I actually started doing etiquette quizzes the last couple times. I don't have one for you today. I didn't get feedback from you all who watched yesterday. I promise that if you give the hearts and you say yes to quizzes, that I will prepare a quiz for each of the sessions so that we can have a little fun with that. So if you like the idea of quizzes, say yes, quiz, and show some hearts so that sounds good to you. Okay, so we talked about professional dress, what to wear, what not to wear to work, and some questions that you should ask yourself, sort of a litmus test. Thank you, Chris. A litmus test to help you figure out if you should wear that to work. So that was another session. And then yesterday we talked about 7 secrets to being more attractive. It's not what you think. I'm not a makeup artist. I don't pretend. I don't do that on television, my other life. In fact, quite often I get help from someone else when I'm doing something special. If I'm on stage or on television, I get help. Self-confidence. Okay, you want me to talk about self-confidence? Is that what you're saying? How to build your self-confidence? Help me understand so that I can include that in the broadcast. I appreciate that. I would also ask that if you find this content interesting, yes, self-confidence brings attraction. Got it, Chris. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. If you're liking the content so far, if you think this is going to be of interest and you want to follow, on your phone you can swipe up on Android or swipe left to right on iOS. You can click the follow button to follow at ProManner. And then I would also ask that you share. Click the share button so that other folks can tune into the broadcast and they can get something out of it as well. As I grow and build this community with you, I want to make sure that I'm giving valuable content. So I want to hear from you on things that you want to hear about. And I will do my homework and make sure that I have a lesson plan just for you. How's that? So you can share your comments either here during the live broadcast, or you can tweet something to me at ProManner. You could also find me on Facebook, Professional Manner. So those are a few ways to communicate. All right, so let's dig in. 25 annoying conversation habits. I'm going to give you the first 10, and before the end of the broadcast, I'll tell you how to get the rest. Okay? Number 1. Little or no eye contact. This is a very annoying conversation habit. How many times have you been in conversation with a person and they just will not look at you, or they continue to look away? And they're looking at other people, and what does that say to you? You're not very interesting to me right now. I'd rather be somewhere else because their eyes are somewhere else. That's an annoying conversation habit. So hopefully you're not guilty of that one. Number 2, interrupting others while they're speaking, or even worse, completing their sentences. Has that ever happened to you? Yikes. That's an annoying conversation habit. I had a cousin who actually did that. I guess I wasn't speaking fast enough for him, but yeah, yikes. Maybe I wasn't speaking fast enough for him, but he was anticipating what I would say and he would jump in and try to finish it. Well, that's because he's a fast talker. Maybe because he's a fast thinker and everything comes out faster. So if you speak at a slower pace than he does, he wants to help you along so he can help himself along. That is an annoying yes, ADD. That's an annoying conversation habit. It frustrates people when you interrupt their thoughts. Some people do take longer to express themselves, and when you show a lack of patience by jumping in, you kind of rattle the person, you annoy them, and sometimes they just shut down. So that's something to avoid. All right, so to recap, we've just done 2. The first one is little or no eye contact. Number 2 of the annoying conversation habits is interrupting others while they're speaking. Number 3 is expressing a complete lack of interest in the other person and what they're saying. How do you do that? Through your body language. We already talked about the first one, which is looking away, maybe rolling your eyes, doing something else, fidgeting, or folding your hands, or covering your face. Those expressions showing lack of interest can really shut down the conversation, and sometimes if it's a habit of yours, it can shut down that relationship. And again, we're talking about how to apply this in the workplace. Now, a lot of the etiquette tips that I give you are relational to your social life as well. So I do talk about business and social etiquette. There are occasions when there are differences. There are different rules for social etiquette versus business etiquette, and I'll do another session on that as well. But we're talking about, in general, annoying conversation habits, and I want you to think about this in terms of your work environment, because our theme all this week is improving your professional image. And in order to do that, you have to take these things into consideration, because they do impact your business relationships. Okay, so let's continue. Number 4 of the annoying conversation habits is walking away while you're still in conversation and saying, I'm listening. How many of you have experienced that? I'm listening. But their back is to you. They're doing other things. Again, it goes back to, there's a theme here. Can you see it? It's a lack of eye contact. You can't have eye contact if you're walking away and turning your back to someone and saying, I'm listening. That's negative, and that's annoying to people. So scratch that off of your list. If you're guilty of that, scratch it off your list. How's this going so far? Is this making sense? Does it sound good? Are you interested in this topic of annoying conversations? Let me see the hearts if that's a yes, and I will continue. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap up, get my other work done, and go to bed. All right, yes. Okay, thanks. Hi, Be Free. Thanks for joining. Please share the hearts. I've got a challenge going on, 12 for 12. Since you're just joining, and maybe some others are too, my challenge is, part of it's for me, part of it's for you. I'm very new on this platform of Periscope, and what I'm doing is challenging myself to get out of my perfectionist box and just do it. So I'm doing a live broadcast for the next 12 days. I'm 5 days in, and so I'm going to, after 12 days, I'm going to do something special on that live broadcast. But I'm asking for 12,000 hearts during my 12 days of broadcast. So while you're listening, if it sounds good, if I'm making good points to you, please tap the screen and give those hearts. And then I'm going to enter you into a contest. There are a couple of different prizes, and I'm going to actually give you a choice to decide what would be most meaningful for you. But for those of you who give the most hearts, I'm going to pick the top 3 people at the end of my 12 for 12, and I'm going to have a special treat for you. I hope that sounds good to you. All right, so we are digging into annoying conversation habits, and we are down to number 5. If you're just joining, this is Michelle Powell from Professional Manner. I teach on the subject of business etiquette. And we're talking about annoying conversation habits. So number 5, if you missed the others, catch it on the recap. Number 5, not giving feedback or any type of response. Wouldn't that be strange if you're talking to me and I just sit there and I'm making a grocery list in my mind, or I'm thinking about something else that I have to do to prepare for a meeting, and you're just yakking away to me and my eyes are glazed over and there's no response. I'm giving you eye contact, but there's nothing going on. That's annoying. People need to feel the sense of interaction. Okay, so that's number 5, not giving any type of feedback or response in a conversation. Okay? Number 6, answering a question before it is fully revealed. That's sort of related to interrupting someone while they're talking. Speaking of that, talking, my throat is getting dry. And I don't know where I put my nice little glass, so you're going to have to watch me do this. All right. Sorry for that. Okay. So answering a question before it is fully revealed, that is an annoying conversation habit. This is especially annoying in meetings because, once again, you're interrupting someone's thought, you're anticipating what they're going to say, and you spout off an answer that is totally not related and takes the conversation in another direction. So again, having patience to listen to people, hear them out, and wait for the question to be fully asked. And if you don't understand, of course you repeat it back and say, let me make sure I understand what you're asking. And you repeat it back. Okay, so that's number 6. We're only going to 10, and I'm going to tell you at the end of the broadcast how to get all 25. Okay, because it grows from here and it actually gets worse on some of these things. All right, so I'm just sharing the first 10, and they're not in a particular ranking order. So you're probably going to find yourself somewhere on this list. I know I have been guilty of this. All right, so we are on number 7. And we were just talking about meetings. How about holding sidebar conversations in meetings? Or even sitting around the table and you're all in conversation, then all of a sudden there's a conversation here and a conversation there. And that's fine at a dinner party. In fact, that's expected because you want to have more intimate conversation and not be shouting across the table or anything like that. But in meetings, that's a no-no. It's not just an annoying conversation habit. That is a faux pas, and it does not follow business protocol. Okay, there are meeting manners that you should follow. And that, having sidebar conversations, is not one of them. That's something you should not be doing. Okay, number 8. Are you still with me? Who's still with me? Say hi if you're still here. I see just a few, and I'm not sure my counter is right because yesterday it looked like I had just a few that were tuned in live, and then I found at least another 50 more. So I apologize if I'm not acknowledging you. I can't see everyone on my screen. But if you're still there, tap the screen for hearts and say, yes, I'm here, making sure that you're still tuned in. I appreciate that. And if you have to go, there's a recap for you. You can find it on Periscope. Great. Have to run. That's okay, Chris. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you tuned in. Thank you so much. Hope you'll follow me another time. I've got more stuff for you. All right. Where was I? So I gave you number 7. Okay, number 8. Asking questions that are irrelevant or have already been answered. This again is something great. Thank you for the heart. I think that's probably because you're watching on your laptop maybe, or your PC. Okay, but thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. So number 8, asking questions that are irrelevant or have already been answered. That means you're not paying attention. Hello. Again, in meetings or in just conversation in general. If you're sitting there and you're nodding and you're glazed over because you already heard from me that you should give a response, right? So you're giving a response, but you're still thinking about that grocery list. And you come back and you ask a question that has already been answered. Uh-oh. Yeah, that can be annoying. And it tells on you that you're not really listening. So, and that's the theme here really, is that you're not giving the other person the respect that they deserve to hear them out, that you're not really listening and fully participating in that conversation or in that meeting. So that's number 8. Number 9 is correcting someone's grammar. Ooh, yikes. Correcting someone's grammar, especially in front of other people. Or correcting their choice of words. Unless you're a mom or dad talking to one of your kids, that's probably not a good idea, and especially not in the workplace. So that's another faux pas and annoying. All right, and number 10, this is the last one I'm going to give you for tonight, is looking at your watch frequently. That is an annoying conversation habit. That says, your time is up. I'm done listening to you. I've got better things to do. I'm moving on. And where's the clock? I'm out of here. Rude, 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 rude. All right. So you've got it. The top 10 annoying, or I should not say the top 10, but the first 10 annoying conversation habits of my list of 25. These 25 annoying conversation habits have been developed over the years. I've gotten feedback from a number of surveys that I've conducted myself and those that I've read in my own research. So I'm giving you something that you're probably shaking your head to. Yeah, I'm either guilty of this or yep, I've experienced this. So if you want the full list, here's what I'm going to invite you to do. Please go to my website, which is professionalmanner.com. Click on the Contact Us page, and you can leave a note and say that you're interested in this list of 25 conversation habits. That's all you got to do. Visit professionalmanner.com, click on Contact Us, and ask for the list of 25 annoying conversation habits. We'll be sure to get that out to you, and you can pass it around at work. How about that? All right, so that's the broadcast for tonight. Don't forget the 12 for 12 challenge. This is a challenge for me and for you. I'm a newbie on Periscope, and I appreciate you all following me. I'm going to do this for the next few days for a total of my first 12 days. I'm breaking my perfectionist habit of waiting till it's just right to do something. So I'm doing these live broadcasts for 12 days, and I'm asking that you will share hearts. So if you tap the screen, even on replay, if you're watching this on replay on your phone or your iPad, you can tap the screen and give hearts. Just tap away. And when we get to that 12,000 hearts on the 12th day, I have something very special for you. And for those of you, my top 3 who give the most hearts, I'm going to have a special gift for you. All right, that's it. Michelle Powell with Professional Manner. I'm signing out for tonight. Have a good evening and mind your manners. Thanks. Good night.